Hello, my motor enthusiasts. You're tuned in to yet another electrifying episode of F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Good evening, Enzo. I hear today's discussion revolves around the financial track rather than the racing one.
Spot on, William. We're delving into the big money dealings in Formula One, specifically the top sponsors in the year 2024.
Now that's a conversation starter. So who's leading the pack?
Taking the pole position is none other than Oracle, with their massive sponsorship of Red Bull Racing.
Blimey, and who follows close behind?
Next in line is Aramco supporting Aston Martin. Quite a hefty sum too, I must add.
So it's not just the races that are thrilling, it's the finance too, isn't it?
Couldn't have said it better, William. From Petronas to Stake and even Bybit, these big brands are fueling the financial success of Formula One.
Interesting. I'm quite keen to dive deeper into this topic.
And dive deeper we shall in this high-speed chase for the biggest financial backers in Formula One. Now then, before we dive headfirst into this adrenaline-fueled discussion, let's get the formalities out of the way. I'm your host Enzo, a lifelong devotee of Formula One, bringing you the latest in-depth discussions and exciting news about the world's greatest motorsport.
And I'm William, the voice that'll guide you through all the twists and turns of Formula One. From the thrilling races to the strategic pit stops.
Absolutely right, William Turner. And remember, folks, you're tuned in to F1 Motor Fever podcast, your daily pit stop for everything Formula One. If you're as much of a motorhead as we are, do subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and don't forget to comment to let us know your thoughts. Sharing with friends and family is always appreciated. Your support drives us to bring you the best content every day.
It sure does, Enzo. After all, what's a race without its audience?
Spot on, William. Now hold on tight, everyone, because we've got some big news about the financial powerhouses fueling the F1 teams. I can hardly believe the figures myself. Trust me, you won't want to miss this.
Are you teasing us, Enzo? I'm already on the edge of my seat.
That's the spirit, William. And to our listeners, we hope you're as revved up as we are. So without further ado, let's hit the ground running. Full throttle. So, let's delve deeper into the world of the biggest external sponsors of F1 teams, shall we? It's interesting how much money these brands shell out to be featured on the cars.
Absolutely. We're talking about major international companies, aren't we?
Indeed. And Red Bull Racing seems to be a favored choice, no doubt thanks to their consistent performances both on and off the tracks.
Quite right. So who's their biggest sponsor?
Leading the race is Oracle, with an estimated whopping $90 million sponsorship to Red Bull Racing.
Blimey, that is quite a sum. Who's next?
Following behind is Aramco, supporting Aston Martin with a considerable $75 million.
And Mercedes?
Mercedes has Petronas on their side, contributing around $70 million.
So, it's not just about the high-octane racing. There's a financial derby off the track too.
Spot on. And let's not forget Stake and Bybit, backing up Stake F1 team and Red Bull Racing respectively, with $50 and $40 million.
That's quite a treasure chest for these teams. But it's all part of the sport, isn't it?
That's right, and with the sport growing in popularity and profitability, I can't wait to see what the next season brings. So William, what's the buzz in the online racing community these days?
Right, let's have a look. Daisy Finley's post has created quite the stir. She said, quote, "Guenther Steiner's first reaction to leaving Haas," unquote.
Oh, now that's a hot topic. Any juicy responses?
Oh, certainly. Lola Mannix said, quote, "So that's it. After 10 years so long, good luck. I don't recall saying good luck," unquote.
Haha, that is quite a reply. Any others catching your eye?
Yes, in response to Lola, Manny Lavada said, quote, "Maybe other teams invest properly to get up the grid. We don't know. Frankly, we don't want to know," unquote.
A fair point anymore.
A user named codename 4747 chimed in with, quote, "Oh no, I called them steamed Haas. Old family recipe," unquote.
Seems like everyone is getting a bit cheeky there.
They certainly are. A user named Admiral Sinkin Quicken replied with, quote, "The Ferrari lights, at this time of year, localized entirely within your office. unquote.
I must say it's refreshing to see humor amongst racing fans.
Indeed, it is. Lastly, a user by the name of Tad Long stated, quote, Haas did not invest, they did not hit budget cap, and they have millions left to spend in infrastructure. Like 60 million or so are free to invest, but Gene Haas is refusing to do so. But yeah, Steiner is entertaining, but like with Toyota, it went nowhere, unquote.
Certainly gives us a lot to ponder. Seems like the community has quite strong opinions on the matter. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of F1 Motor Fever podcast. We've had a wonderful time dissecting the world of Formula One, looking at the financial aspect behind the scenes with the big sponsors. We really appreciate having you all along for the ride. Remember to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. We can't tell you how much your support means to us. Share our channel with your fellow Formula One enthusiasts, whether on social media or over a pint at the pub. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, do let us know in the comments.
Absolutely. Couldn't have put it better myself. We're revving up the engine every day, so make sure you don't miss out. And let me tell you, there's some exciting stuff just around the bend that you won't want to miss.
A massive thank you to all of our listeners. We can't wait to have you back with us for the next episode. Until then, pedal to the metal. Keep your gaze on the road. Our channel's content is pure gold.